What's going on? Back with another zombies video. It's a kind of a follow-up, maybe even part three. There's probably going to be more parts to this down the road, depending on what I want to show. But the first couple of videos has just been stuff, Easter eggs that I guess were kind of like strange, seemed out of place. The last one was the plunger from Drak that was so random and strange and, like I said, out of place. Even when I saw it in gameplay from streamers, that it was kind of the strangest thing. I'm like, why would they give us a plunger? But if you saw the last video, I'll just recap real quick. It was just kind of a hint to show that the devs were paying homage to the Super Mario Brothers franchise. How they kind of took inspiration from a couple of the past Mario games. A lot of it I haven't played. I think, truthfully, I played the original in the 80s, maybe Super Mario World on Super Nintendo was probably the last one that I played. I played maybe Dr. Mario, a couple of them. So there might still be Easter eggs in those games that relate to zombies and vice versa. And it's great, and I just hope that anybody who sees this doesn't make drama, or I mean, people will because they need to make money and views and all that stuff. So if they do see it, any YouTubers, they're probably gonna spin a negative aspect on it just because that's what generates money. We know that from the news media and stuff like that. But I think it's awesome because it's something that I know there were always movies and maybe TV shows and other stuff that they took inspiration from, movies being the main one. And I just think that's awesome that you're almost like in a 3D world version, almost like a virtual reality version of a movie that you've watched. But in this case, it's just the Super Mario Brothers franchise. And I'll link the Horizon Drop Plunger solve, and it'll break it down a little bit easier. And it actually leads up into Black Ops 5. In my opinion, I think we're going to see a lot of the storyline leading into Black Ops 5, which I think is amazing also. So I'll go over a couple little hints, Easter egg that they put in Black Ops 3. This one is going to be circling around Gorod Krovi, whereas the last one was Horizon Drak. I'm just gonna shut my phone. Okay, make sure the ringer is off because that happened last time also. Okay, so like I said, it was about the plunger. I'll link that. You can go check it out. If you have questions here, I'll answer them. Okay, so this is about the Tea Party, which was another random, out of place Easter egg that um didn't really make sense, and I'll be truthfully honest about it. And before I even go further, this clip I screenshotted from Glitching Queen's video, so you can go check out her video where you can find the Tea Party Easter egg. It isn't a boss fight for Gorod Krovi, and I tell everyone I mainly just do high rounds. I play in lobbies, and you know when you play in public lobbies, it's painful and dreadful because it's difficult. Um, Especially Black Ops 4, it's difficult for the average player. So I don't usually ever get to boss fights. I did randomly get into Alpha Omega's boss fight and completed that with in a public lobby with some random people. But this was actually like so strange and so out of place, which is good though. You don't want to make it too obvious. You still want to have that mystery lore around zombies. And I've watched people no clip. I don't want to go off tangent, but really quickly, I want to see or go off topic. I watch people no clip, and the problem if that I can help people with, when you no clip, people are no clipping 50,000 miles an hour through the map. They need to calm down, relax, meditate before they do a no clip video. I just hate watching it. I'm like, can you just slow down and let everybody absorb everything, especially themselves? Eventually, I somehow um, can no clip while I go in theater mode and I look at stuff and I watch a lot of videos. But the biggest hint I can give people, YouTubers, if they're looking to solve big Easter eggs in Black Ops 4, Black Ops 5 coming up, is slow down and relax, take a deep breath, and just kind of let everything absorb in. And then when you're laying in bed at night, just kind of process everything that you saw. Let it go through your mind. So, anyways, this was in Black Ops 3 Gorod Krovi, a really random tea party. So Glitching Queen ended up getting into this part of the Easter the map, and you can see that it's just a tea party going on. And there was speculation that it might be like Dr. Monty with the children in the house, which all kind of makes sense. You'll see at the end. I'm just kind of showing you the hints that were in Black Ops 3 Gorod Krovi, and then I'll show you how it all makes sense at the end. So, like I said, tea party, random, nobody knew what it was about. It kind of went to the wayside when the new games came out and stuff like that. A lot of people dismissed it. So anyways, a couple of hints you'll see, like there's pipes. And like I said in the beginning, this has to do with Mario, so I'm going to show you how it all makes sense. We go through a lot of pipes and sewer system like Mario does to go from one part of the world to another part. In this case, though, you go from one part and you come out another part. You don't really go underground as much. Where in Mario, as far as I remember, you go through a pipe, it brings you to a secret underground area, and then you go through another pipe and then brings you back up. In this case, with us, it just kind of takes us from, I think I'm going to call it the house. I'm not even sure what it's called in Gorod Krovi. You exit through the house, and then you come back out to the spawn area. So another big hint, and I'm gonna use my mouse. Hopefully you guys can see this. It didn't make sense back then, but knowing what I know now, it makes sense. First thing, this kind of looks like Peach's castle. You'll see here. I think that's Princess Peach. Is Princess Peach and Daisy the same person? It's the same thing with King Koopa and Bowser. Are they the same person? So anyways, let's just say Princess Peach's castle here, that looks like. But if you can see in plain sight, I know there's going to be doubters and haters, and I say that in every single one of these videos that I make. It begins to spell Mario, so there you get the M, space, broken, whatever, the A, and then a lowercase r. And that, to me, if anything, was a huge hint that it's based off the Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers, and I'll show you obviously at the end which one it was or is based off of. So again, for people, even though they're going to be doubters and haters, M, A, and R. I don't know what it was supposed to spell out, but it obviously, some of the letters are broken and stuff like that. So obviously that was a big hint to maybe look at Super Mario Brothers. Or, and the dragon, obviously, you'll see is supposed to be Bowser, King Koopa, and maybe his children flying around. And believe me, it's all going to make sense when I get to the last clip. And I just took a screenshot of the dragon. And funny enough, this is the first time in my life I ever used a Perkaholic. I was so against, gobble gums and all that stuff. I'm like, no, that's not how the game's supposed to be played. I'm more like, high rounds and stuff like that. But you'll probably never accomplish or complete any Easter eggs without Perkaholic, so I kind of understand that. But it was my first time. I'm like, because I tried playing it twice, and I stupidly died at the house. I'm gonna call it the house, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me just use a Perkaholic. I'm brought shame to. Kept thinking about Takio and like how I'm bringing shame to the Emperor by using a Perkaholic, because I'm so against using that stuff. And I probably didn't really need to. I was just goofing around when I got to the house, because the house is obviously a big part of this whole video. So that, I guess, this one is friendly though, so it might not necessarily be one of the bad King Koopa and his children. I think those are green. And red might just mean he's a nice, friendly dragon, not like King Koopa and his children who are trying to kill Mario and take over the world in various games. Okay, so that was just a random dragon that I wanted to show you. So this is the video of me going through the pipe, whereas it's another hint for like Super Mario Brothers. stuff like that. That's when you get the egg. The egg comes down, you pick it up. I looked around in the house, I'm gonna call it, and didn't really find too much, but I think I think they're not gonna show or make it too obvious of Mario Brothers, just so they don't obviously get into legal trouble. But eventually, and this is where I goof around. I'm like, I make it all the way to the house, and the whole reason I make it to the house so I can show you jumping into the pipe, like in Super Mario Brothers. And I just end up goofing around, and I probably should just jumped in there as soon as I can. So you go through the pipe like in Super Mario Brothers. If I was an expert, I would probably add sound effects and all that stuff to make it sound like Mario Brothers, but I am not, and I don't claim to be. I just like solving Easter eggs, because it's a challenge. It's a challenge trying to figure out like where I used to always know about the movies, and there's still some of Jimmy Zielinski's Easter eggs. I don't think I'll ever release unless he wants to or give hints, because I kind of feel it should be somebody from the zombie community that maybe has, you know, always been there, not just me coming along and helping everybody out. It just seems a little bit like I'm stealing it from people. It's like their game, their moment. Even though I played every single zombies game, I just feel like it should be. But then that's a whole other story for another day. So anyways, you're jumping through the pipe system like Super Mario Brothers, going from like one world to the next and coming out. So that was another big, huge hint. The tea party I probably should have saved maybe for the end, but that was another. I don't know why I ended up doing that, but I must have accidentally clipped it twice. Okay, so another one. And I'm gonna clip through this because I just didn't feel like trimming the video. I just thought, you know, when I saw this too, and I'm gonna kind of pause it real quick, and I have to go look into it. Is I thought like maybe Super Smash Brothers, maybe there's something with Super Smash Brothers here. I still didn't look at that, so there might be something roped into that or tied all together. And there's multiple storylines going on. This is just one of them. Some of it still has Jimmy's I don't say DNA, that sounds kind of weird, but like Jimmy's storyline in it, I'll put it that way. There's different layers, like Jason Blundell said. And so this is you're riding the dragon, but I'm just gonna assume this is obviously a good dragon that helps you, not one of Koopa's children. And this is where you fly. I'm gonna say the house. I don't know, for lack of better words. You end up riding on his back. And then I saw, like I said, again, it looks like they might throw in like Peach's castle here, and I'm glad I paused that exactly when I did. So that might have been like a little bit like, and I'm sure if somebody no clips and you go look at that stained glass window, it's gonna be maybe somewhat similar. And I just want to kind of point out how the like all the explosions that are going on. And I always thought this was maybe in Black Ops for like the Great War, like Secret War, the Great War. So you end up landing into that house. Okay, so I don't know. What did I do in this one? Let me see. Oh, this is just the opening. I kind of did this backwards, just because I'm always rushing. But I kind of show you how like the dragons are flying around. I didn't want to put the opening intro cutscene because it's gonna get demonetized and copyrighted. But the dragons are basically tearing up the city, destroying stuff, blowing fire, trying to kill you and stuff like that. All happening during a tea party in that little tea party scene that was in the beginning of the video. And again, like I said, the MAR, I guess, was a hint for Mario. And there's not much here. I can just skip to the next one. So what it all links to, or kind of hints at, is that Treyarch was paying homage to the Mario franchise, and this map, Gorod Krovi, ends up, they have a tea party going on, ends up linking, and you can see how the explosions are going on, and then the dragons are coming. The King Koopa is a dragon, it's like a turtle, dragon, dinosaur kind of mix going on. And while the tea party's going on, he kind of disrupts their tea party and ends up capturing Princess Peach and throwing them across the world, and they have to kind of work their way back to the castle. Obviously, unless there's some unsolved Easter eggs, there's just I guess this is Acorn World, I think they called it, Acorn Plains or something like that. And you can see in the distance, Koopa is destroying the kingdom. I'm just gonna say how they're using cannons to destroy the castle. They're shooting cannons to destroy the castle. I'm just gonna play it back. Oh, that person has like dreadlocks. That's so awesome. I think that's dreadlocks or pigtails, I guess, braids. But anyways, as you can see, compared to Gorod Krovi, the dragons are coming, and they're in the tea party, and they're destroying their castle and capturing the princess. See, that would have been awesome if, like, in Gorod Krovi, they didn't really capture anything. Unless they made it like... I mean, it would have been a little bit too obvious, but if they made it where maybe the dragon steals Ultimus Nikolai, or one of the versions of Nikolai, rather than us having to kill him and stuff like that. But I guess you don't want to make it too obvious and run into legal problems. But like I said, in Horizon Drak, that was paying homage to the Mario franchise. There might be a game. I don't know if I remember finding a game. But it might still be something like this. I don't see that one. I think I just linked or referenced a couple Super Mario stuff, not necessarily a game. Where this one, it's a little bit blatant that during the tea party, the castle, the dragons come, kind of like I said in this scene where the dragons come. Obviously, there's no ships. Imagine how that would be. How crazy that would be. It just shows the quality too, like if Nintendo would ever go that route and
find out exactly what he wanted with the blood.
And make graphics like this. The quality of graphics is just through the roof. Imagine like a realistic Mario. But there was something I read during research that they were trying to make something more appealing to adults. One of the Mario games, I don't remember which one it is. Maybe Odyssey? I don't remember, but that's one of the newer ones. It actually came out after this game. But anyways, I'm not going to show the Gorod Krovi opening cutscene, but that's a little bit more obvious where you see the dragon come and start destroying the place. They don't really capture anybody though. There's no female in distress in zombies.
Dragons. Better make sure I'm armed.
There's no dragons no princess that we have to save. That would have been a little bit. I don't think people love to complain, so I think they probably just sort of complain. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. And like I said again, that was just a solve for the tea party. How they're having a tea party. Unless somebody is missing from here, maybe there was somebody that got kidnapped. Maybe that's, you know, Max's, and maybe Sam is supposed to be here and she got kidnapped and we're trying to save Sam. If any of that makes sense, I'm trying to figure it out. But maybe not. I mean, if there was an empty chair, is there an empty chair? No. I was saying if there's an empty something, then you can kind of hint at, you know, Sam or maybe even Richtofen or somebody getting kidnapped. Maybe the children got kidnapped, and that's why we're trying to save the children. Maybe that's why there's all bears there, that stuffed animals, that maybe the children got kidnapped from the tea party and we're trying to save the children. Maybe that could be a story. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Like I said, I'll keep looking. Some other stuff I did figure out, but this is just unsolved stuff that didn't make any sense, and it just should make sense now. Alright, I'll see you guys later.